welcome to the Essen Convention Center and the 2025 World University Games from Germany's lovely Rhine-Ruhr region. The final day of rhythmic gymnastics competition is upon us, and the best 8 gymnasts with each apparatus have qualified to compete for 4 more individual titles up for grabs here. It has already been an extremely interesting competition. Yesterday, the all-around concluded, and it was the gold medal to Alina Garnasko, the independent neutral athlete. Silver taken by Takmina Ikramova of Uzbekistan. Bronze to Fanny Pignitsky of Hungary, the World University Games champion 2 years ago in China. Here is a look at what is going to unfold over the next few hours. Interspersed with the individual finals in hoop, ball, clubs, and ribbon, we will see the group apparatus finals with 5 exceptional teams contending for gold medals with the 5 ribbons and also with the mixed apparatus, the hoops and balls. The World University Games have captivated fans who have flocked here from not just around the region, but other countries nearby and even further afield. The Germans, however, here supporting en masse as well. And we will begin today with the individual hoop final. We will be seeing some very familiar faces, including all 3 of the all-around medalists. We'll also have a look at Aybota Yurtakizi of Kazakhstan, the 5th best in the all-around yesterday. She's no stranger to World University Games competition, having qualified for several finals 2 years ago in Chengdu, but not walking away with a medal. She will have several more chances today. In this hoop final, also we'll see Andreea Verdes of Romania in her 2nd World University Games. She actually started a 2nd Masters partly to be able to compete at this event. So important is it to her. A lot of fans here of Margarita Kolosov, who we will see in the ball final a little bit later on. Kolosov making her international return here after her 4th place finish at the Paris Olympic Games last summer. Rhythmic gymnastics, one of the most crowd-pleasing events on the World University Games program, but here at the Essen Convention Center, you can dip in and out of just about everything. It's been so lovely to walk around and to see taekwondo, table tennis, and fencing on your way to this venue. This is the start list for the individual final with the hoop, and who better to get us underway than the new World University Games champion, Alina Garnasko. She was the 2nd strongest qualifier with this apparatus. 28.5 was her score, and she also had the highest execution and artistry score. Following her in the competition order, Aybota Yurtakizi and then Andreea Verdes. Takmina Ikramova, someone who potentially is poised to win more medals after silver yesterday in the all-around. We'll also have Mena Millon of France, the French national champion, who has a wonderful story of resilience and perseverance in the sport. And then there's Hanna Wiesner of Hungary, Fanny Pignitsky, and Anastasia Simakova of Germany, 4th place in the all-around yesterday. So you can imagine how hungry she must be to win an individual medal. Here is the all-around gold medalist from yesterday's competition, the new World University Games champion, 23-year-old Alina Garnasko, the 2nd strongest qualifier to the hoop final. gold medalist in yesterday's all-around final, Alina Garnasco, the independent neutral athlete, beginning her apparatus final. And this is the first mistake that we have seen from her over the 3 intense days of competition. Came early on in the routine, the loss of the apparatus, and it carries with it significant deductions. Garnasco is likely to lose 1.6 points for the loss of the hoop. It happened here as she attempted to catch it after a leap. The loss of the apparatus is penalized a full point for going out of bounds when the gymnast loses it, and then if the gymnast has to go out of bounds herself, it's another 0.3 of a point, and then the apparatus itself touching the ground out of bounds, an extra 0.3. So 1.6 down. And you have to wonder how that could affect her medal chances here. It's going to depend on how everyone else does, but certainly we're not going to see a number like the 28.5 that she scored in the qualification. That mistake from Garnasco certainly does open the door for a gymnast like Aibota Yurtekizi, who appears deep in concentration. She's turned her back to the carpet and the audience as she makes her final preparations and waits to go on. When a gymnast makes a mistake in the middle of a difficulty sequence, she is usually not awarded the difficulty points that she would be had she been able to complete it. So for Garnasco, we are looking at probably a drop in difficulty as well as execution. Garnasco will appear today in every apparatus final, so she does have 3 more chances. If it so occurs that she does not wind up on the podium with the hoop, well, we will see her again with the ball, the clubs, and the ribbon. Here's the score for Alina Garnasco. Indeed, 0.3 of a point penalty for the out of bounds, 27.0. It is still a good score, just not quite as high as it could be had she done an ideal performance. The 5th strongest qualifier with the hoop is Aibota Yurtekizi of Kazakhstan. She took bronze with this apparatus at the Asian Championships last year, so she is certainly capable of a big performance. Aybota Yertekizy of Kazakhstan on a quest to capture her first World University Games medal. She has been so close to the podium so many times already at this event. This is a very good start to what is bound to be an intense day for her. Those of you familiar with rhythmic gymnastics will know that the scoring is based on three things. There's the difficulty, what the gymnast does with the apparatus, the artistry, the feeling of the routine, what the gymnast is able to express and transmit through things like dance steps and choreography, and then the execution, which is how well she completes things like that roll of the apparatus over various body segments. The tosses and catches are paramount. Note how many rotations she does under the flight of the apparatus. The more the gymnast does, the better the score is going to be when it comes to difficulty. The number is in for Aybota Yertekizy, 26.85. And so, despite a very valiant effort, Alina Garnasco remains in the lead. Both Garnasco and Yertekizy down somewhat in difficulty compared to what they did in qualification. Here is a most intriguing prospect, Andreea Verdes of Romania. This is the only apparatus final we'll see her in. She was 11th in the all-around yesterday.
Je suis le saut, je suis l'envol, je suis la rime. Et si le faux, je serai l'idole de ce qui m'arrive. Pour donner de la force à mes traits, les défauts comme les qualités, je vais les aimer, les accepter, les amadouer, les assumer. Voilà, je n'ai pas de plus beau profil, maintenant c'est de face ou de pile, mais c'est tout entier. Moi, je m'attendais pas au moment qu'on dise comment faire dans ce monde, car personne sait vraiment. Je m'attendais pas évidemment qu'on me dise comment faire en amour. Depuis que j'essaye d'en faire le tour, je cours à nos folies, nos rêves, nos chances. C'est l'heure de nos envies. Quel rêve, quelle danse sur nos pleurs. Ce désordre là, c'est pas rien, c'est mon cœur tout entier, c'est le mien, prends en soin. Peur de faire bien, comme il faut, comme ils font, sans défaut, sans raison, pendant que j'entends du fond gronder nos folies, nos rêves, nos chances. C'est l'heure de nos envies. Et quel rêve, et quelle danse sur nos peurs. À nos folies, nos rêves, nos chances. C'est l'heure de nos envies. Et quel rêve, et quelle danse sur nos peurs.
Such passion and expression from 24-year-old Andreea Verdes with the hoop. She is the oldest elite gymnast in Romanian history. Her country has never had a rhythmic gymnast with a career that has endured so long. And among her recent accomplishments has been a foray into judging. She is actually a brevet judge, has qualified for that, and judged at a World Cup competition in Cluj-Napoca last year. She is also currently doing a master's in fitness and body aesthetics, and that has qualified her to compete at this World University Games. She is wonderful at using her whole body, including her face, to develop the expression in this routine. 27.15, and the lead presently for Andreea Verdes of Romania. She goes ahead of Yertekizy, she goes ahead of Garnasco. That could be very significant. entering the carpet, the all-around silver medalist at these World University Games, Takhmina Ikramova of Uzbekistan had a small error with the hoop. She actually momentarily lost the apparatus in the qualification, but her difficulty and artistry are so high, she had no problem getting into this final. Takhmina Ikramova of Uzbekistan, and that is a routine that is likely to score very, very well. After the error with the hoop the other day, she made sure that she kept a hold on it during this routine. Wonderful amplitude on her turning leaps. And she has a very flexible back, which helps her difficulty because it allows her to do some very complicated pivots in addition to the tosses and throws of the hoop. Here's a throw from an illusion turn, and look, 2 forward rolls, and then she catches the hoop without using her hands on the ground. All of those contribute to her difficulty. It's about the criteria. Unsighted catches, catches on the ground, things like that. 29.85 is the score for Takhmina Ikramova. We have not seen a score above 30 yet, and that sends her soaring into the lead. Halfway through this final, it is Ikramova in front of Verdes. But 4 more extremely capable gymnasts still to perform. This is the French national champion, Mena Mion, a student in Orléans, and the 6th strongest qualifier with the hoop. ago, Mena Millon was on the verge of retirement from this sport. She felt tapped out, like she had nothing more to give. She was consumed by doubt, but she dug deeply within herself, and she decided that she did have more good gymnastics within her. And the result has been one of the most beautiful seasons of her career. Beautiful pivots in this exercise. A lot of intricate work with the hoop, and all blended in with this wonderful expression. She commands attention on the carpet. It's a soulful performance. The score for Mena Millon of France, 26.95. And that means that she will just miss out on the podium today, but it has been an extremely tight competition so far. The difference between third place and fifth right now is, well, it's a matter of tenths of a point. Here is 20-year-old Hanna Wiesner of Hungary, student at the Hungarian University of Sports Science. 26.6 was her score with the hoop in qualification. Hanna Wiesner of Hungary is a gymnast who we are getting more and more used to seeing in major apparatus finals. She's competed quite extensively on the World Cup and World Challenge Cup circuit. She comes here with several new routines. And like many others who competed under the last code of points, she has had to adapt somewhat to the revised code of points that came into force in January. And as there was a brief loss of the hoop late in the routine, perhaps this is a good time to remind ourselves of the deduction for that. When the apparatus is lost within the carpet, it depends on the number of steps the deduction the gymnast has to take in order to get it back. If there are no steps, it's half a point. 1 to 2 steps, 7/10, 3 or more steps, a full mark. 25.0 is Hanna Wiesner's score. A reminder of the results at the moment. It is Takmina Ikramova still in the lead. And we will remain with Hungary. Here is the 2021 World University Games champion, Fanny Pignitsky, of Hungary. And this is the apparatus where she won world bronze back in 2023.
Even before I got into a car, I already knew I was born to race.
A routine inspired by Formula One racing, of which Fanny Pygnitzky is a big fan. It's very creative, with the hoop at times representing a steering wheel, perhaps the wheels of a car. Fanny Pygnitzky earned the bronze medal in the all-around yesterday here in Germany. That brings Hungary's total of medals in rhythmic gymnastics at the World University Games to 3. And all of them belong to Pygnitzky. 2 years ago in Chengdu, she was the all-around champion. She also won the gold medal with the ball. Coincidentally, we will be seeing her in the ball final too. She has looked impeccably prepared for this competition after the Olympic break. Fouette pivots extremely secure. She wants to make sure that the front leg, which is extended, never drops below 90 degrees during the sequence. 2 Hungarians in this final. And it may well be a medal for Fanny Pygnitzky, 27.2. Anna Wiesner seems very pleased about that as well. Pygnitzky moves into the silver medal position, so she is guaranteed at least a bronze. Ikramova guaranteed at least the silver. But that could very well change, because the top qualifier is the last to perform. This is a remarkable chance for this gymnast, the 20-year-old Anastasia Simakova. She was 4th in the all-around yesterday, but she could well make the podium here. Sergei Rachmaninoff's Piano Concerto number 1 in F-sharp minor. That was Anastasia Simakova of Germany. And wasn't that a sight to behold? The score to beat 29.85, posted by Takhmina Ikramova. Simakova earned 28.65 in the qualification, but it was the top score. Her ballet training underpins this routine, and it casts an elegance that we just are able to enjoy throughout. The pivots, very well executed, as was everything else. Wonderful sense of expression as well. And it will be a silver medal for Anastasia Simakova of Germany, her first World University Games medal. And what that means is that Takhmina Ikramova of Uzbekistan has earned her first World University Games title, and it comes with the hoop. Silver in the all-around yesterday, gold with the hoop today for Takhmina Ikramova. The results in the individual hoop final in rhythmic gymnastics here at the 2025 World University Games. Bronze to Fanny Pignitsky of Hungary, silver to Anastasia Simakova of Germany, and the gold medal to Takhmina Ikramova of Uzbekistan. One gets the sense that we might not have seen the last of any of these three gymnasts on the medal podium today.
Please keep the entrances and stairs clear. Please move together in the stands and use every free seat, please.
3 more individual titles still to be won. The ball, the clubs, and the ribbon. And coming up, we will have the ball final. But first, let us take a look at some of the highlights of this hoop final.
It's an everyday journey. There are no shortcuts, no days off, no perfect scenarios. Things won't always go the way you expect. But overcoming challenges is part of the game too. Your time is now.
It is a packed house here in the Essen Convention Center for rhythmic gymnastics. Every seat in the stands is full, and there are even people sitting in the aisles, craning their necks to get a look at the competition carpet. This lovely aesthetic sport is gaining fans And there have been athletes competing in other sports in this convention center who have wandered over, sat in the stands for a while, and taken a look, discovering perhaps people from the same university or the same nation competing in rhythmic gymnastics. One of the great joys of the World University Games. Like any multi-sport event, for athletes and officials, a chance to meet and exchange with people from different nations, all united in sport.
Absolut. Ich freue mich so sehr, dass hier diese Halle voll gefüllt ist, dass wirklich fast jeder Platz hier besetzt ist. Und
The hoop final done and dusted. We will shortly be moving on to the final with the ball.
meine Lieblingsgeräte kommen.
Apparatus finals in rhythmic gymnastics continue at the 2025 World University Games. Now being introduced, the 8 who will contest the final with the ball. Performing first will be Aybota Yertekizi of Kazakhstan, followed by Mei Saruta of Japan in her only apparatus final today. Takmina Ikramova, the new champion with the hoop at the World University Games. One wonders what more she can accomplish. Alina Garnasco, the all-around champion. She had a mistake with the hoop, but she is capable with the ball and every other apparatus. Here is Fanny Pignitsky, already a 2-time bronze medalist here in the Rhine-Ruhr region. Sofia Maffis of Italy, 7th in the all-around yesterday. The hoop silver medalist, Anastasia Simakova, is one of 2 German competitors here. And here is the other 21-year-old Margarita Kolosov, the fan favorite, 4th at the Olympics last summer and 5th in the qualification with the ball. As my renowned colleague Ollie Hogben would say, those are your runners and riders in this apparatus final. Note the 2 balls placed just outside the carpet. Are the replacement apparatus just in case something should be lost out of bounds in any of the routines to come. This is rhythmic gymnastics, and you are looking at the individual ball final at the 2025 World University Games. But before we begin, a short musical interlude, allowing the crowd to move before we watch the gymnasts on the carpet.
Ich nehme mir halt einfach so die Zeit für uns mal frei.
start list for the individual ball final in rhythmic gymnastics. Aybota Yertekizi of Kazakhstan will lead things off. Hoop champion Takhmina Ikramova will perform a third in the order, just preceding Alina Garnasko. She will be followed by Fanny Pignitsky. Anastasia Simakova, the silver medalist with the hoop, will perform seventh. And Margarita Kolosov of Germany will close things out. Here is the representative from Kazakhstan, Aybota Yertekizi, the 21-year-old. She has had 10 medals at recent Asian championships, including silver with the ball last year. Aybota Yertekizi of Kazakhstan performing to Mon Amour by Slimane, a song about a man wondering whether it is to be or not with his love interest. And for Yertekizi, we must ask ourselves the same question in this apparatus final. Is it to be or not to be a medal? Just like with the hoop, it's a solid performance. That's a connection on that dynamic element with rotation, the first one, that is a little iffy if they're going to give it to her. She had a slight hesitation entering the illusion turn after the catch. For very good risks, a colloquial name for the dynamic element with rotation, or as we might call it, a toss and a catch with some movement under the trajectory of the apparatus. The score 26.7 for the 21-year-old, and that is above what she scored in the qualification by a 10th and a half. So she is moving in the right direction. Seventh strongest with the ball in qualification was Mei Saruta, an 18-year-old newcomer from Japan. She is a student at the prestigious Kokushikan University. And she is somebody who can thrill with her performances.
La tua bellezza rivali
Mei Saruta of Japan. An unfortunate loss of the apparatus out of bounds is likely to keep her off the podium today, but actually in getting the replacement apparatus, she showed a very good knowledge of the rhythmic gymnastics code of points. And you might wonder why she opted to take the replacement apparatus when she was actually closer to the ball that went out of bounds. And the reason is because whenever a gymnast loses her apparatus out of bounds like that, the deduction is 1.3 points. And by going out of bounds herself to retrieve it, she would actually lose another 0.3 of a point. But by taking the replacement apparatus, she actually avoids the 0.3 deduction for going out of bounds herself. So it was a calculated decision and quite smart. The World University Games has introduced us to some wonderful Japanese gymnasts over the years. And this may not be the last that we see of her in major international competition. Still just 18 years old after all. Disappointing outing with the ball in this particular competition for Mei Saruta of Japan. But certainly more is to come from her. She made her World Cup debut this year, actually debuted at the World Challenge Cup in 2023. A lot of growth and progress still to come for Mei Saruta of Japan, who scores 23.8 with the ball. Someone who has really aced all of her tests here so far is this gymnast, 20-year-old Takhmina Ikramova of Uzbekistan, the sensation from Samarkand. Silver in the all-around yesterday, gold with the hoop about half an hour ago. What's in store for her with the ball? Let's find out. A routine that is extraordinarily ambitious in its difficulty. That was Takhmina Ikramova of Uzbekistan. And you have to look quite carefully because she disguised one or two iffy moments very well. There were a couple of places where under the flight of the apparatus, she actually had to modify her trajectory, albeit slightly, in order to make sure that she got a clean catch of the ball. There was one hold late in the routine where it looked a bit improvised, but positions like this ring position with the leg at head requires such extreme back flexibility. And she really tries to hold on to those turns and get the maximum number of rotations in, because with every 180 degrees, she earns herself a few tenths of difficulty. She's been having a career performance here in Germany, already a World University Games gold and silver medalist. What will it be with the ball? Well, she goes into the lead with 27.4, but that is a significant drop from the 28.3 that she posted in qualification. So we'll see. We'll see. We move now to the top qualifier. She is, surprise, surprise, the World University Games champion, Alina Garnasko. And we are going to be seeing a lot of her as the day unfolds. The strongest in the qualification with the difficulty, execution, and artistry. Sit back and enjoy.
De recuerdo y sin sabor, gotea tu razón golerado, marea tu licor y arrea, la tropia de la soledad, al volcar la última curada. Contame tu condena, decime tu fracaso, no des la pena que me ha herido. Yo sé que me hace daño, yo sé que te lastimó, llorando mi sermón de vino. La curva que al final le termina la función, corriéndole un telón al corazón.
Absolutely spectacular. The World University Games champion in fine form in the apparatus final. Take a bow, Alina Garnasko. There is so much to enjoy about this routine. It's hard to know even where to begin, but perhaps with the music, the way that she embodies the character of the singer, and some wonderful original work in the tosses and catches, the apparatus difficulty, and just the emotion that she projects. Artistically fantastic. In terms of technique, it's wonderful as well. Alina Garnasko actually began her rhythmic career as a member of a group, but she was so good that she was very quickly selected to continue as an individual and began representing at World Cup competitions when she was just 15 years old. The very best make their debuts at that age on the circuit, and she started winning the same year. 28.15, and into the lead goes Alina Garnasko. That will be the score to beat, and a heady challenge for the four gymnasts still to perform. The halfway point, it is Garnasko, Ikramova, and Yurtakizi in the provisional bronze medal position. A double gold medalist 2 years ago at this event, and a double bronze medalist already here. That is the story of Fanny Pignitsky of Hungary. And the story continues with the ball. The theme of this routine is mechanical function. At times, Fanny Pignitsky seems to embody a machine, maybe a robot. Well told through the movements. Something quite unique when it comes to rhythmic gymnastics and the ball. This is often an apparatus where gymnasts go for elegance, soft performances. Pignitsky dares to do something different. Fantastic sequence of fouettes. Example of a rather medium-sized throw. And she's got the character down right to the end. She was the fourth strongest qualifier to this apparatus final. 26.9 was what she had the other day. Sometimes for the finals, the gymnasts add a bit of difficulty. We'll see if that's the case. And it is the case. 0.3 have been added in difficulty. 27.4 her score. So that has really paid off for Fanny Pignitsky. Up by half a point compared to qualification. And that puts her into the provisional bronze medal place. So she bumps out Aibota Yurtakizi. Now to the young Italian Sofia Maffes. 23 years old, the 8th strongest qualifier to the ball final. Sofia Maffis of Italy. A gymnast who has given us so many different characters with her routines. And just a correction to the standings. At the moment, Fanny Pignitsky is tied with Takmina Ikramova for second place. Both scored 27.4 with the ball, which means that the judges will apply a tie-break procedure. It will likely be based on the execution score, and we'll wait for confirmation of that result. Maffis did have a small break on one of the rolls that was just shown on the replay. Slight loss of the ball. She got it back very quickly, but there will be an execution deduction that is applied, and she'll be down a little bit in difficulty too. 24.85 is the result for Sofia Maffis of Italy. And it does seem that the tiebreak has gone in favor of Takmina Ikramova. She is listed in the silver medal position. Fanny Pignitsky still on course to have the bronze. To Anastasia Simakova of Germany, the silver medalist with the hoop. The day has begun well for the 20-year-old. And this is a wonderful routine set to a Bond theme.
This is the end. Hold your breath and count. Feel the earth moving. Hear my heart burst again. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, face it all together. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, face it all together. Let the sky fall. Let the sky
Anastasia Simakova of Germany, a junior world champion twice over in 2019. She moved to Germany in 2022 and began representing them a year later. She just won her first World Cup medal this year, was in Tashkent, came with the ribbon. And coincidentally, she has just won her first World University Games medal, a silver with the hoop earlier today. One small break at the end of the routine, just on her last toss and catch. But she danced out of it, really styled things to make it look like that's what she meant to do. And the deduction will be fairly small for that. This is a contest of tight margins, and she is on course for another silver medal, 27.5. And that puts her 1/10 ahead of both Ikramova and Pignitsky. So well done to Simakova. Now it is Ikramova who moves into the provisional bronze medal position based on the tie-break procedure. absolutely love her here. Margarita Kolosov of Germany is about to perform with the ball. The comeback tour continues. Something different. And today she has brought her very best. Margarita Kolosov of Germany. The trailblazer in rhythmic gymnastics in this country. The first German to win a gold medal in an individual apparatus final in World Cup competition. And talk about originality. We see all styles of dance in rhythmic gymnastics, but we rarely see disco. And she has chosen Earth, Wind & Fire's Boogie Wonderland. And it suits her beautifully. Lovely little touches in this routine. And many of her trademarks, including the spin in Attitude Derrière. She said she wasn't completely happy with her all-around competition, which began with a mistake with the hoop. She came back and did wonderfully with the ball, and she has repeated that here. She says she realizes that this competition is one step in a lot of steps to get back to full form after taking a break following the Paris Olympic Games, where she was ever so close to a medal. And Margarita Kolosov can hardly believe it, but she has gone into the gold medal position. She has won it. The World University Games champion with the ball is Margarita Kolosov of Germany, and the host nation is going wild with delight. She did it on the last performance. Her only shot at gold was a slam dunk. Margarita Kolosov has earned the ball title in rhythmic gymnastics in the individual final here at Rhein-Ruhr 2025. The bronze medal to Anastasia Simakova of Germany, silver to Alina Garnasko, and gold to Margarita Kolosov. From 15th in the all-around to gold with the ball in the space of 24 hours. Absolutely incredible.
Hast jetzt in London
It has been a ball final to remember here. Let's take a look back at the highlights.